Hello, it's me again, Yellow Magic, and I'm here to do another Let's Play video after what seems like forever. I think it's probably been about like 3 or 4 weeks, so I'm gonna have to apologize to FEM and co because I've been very slow in this Let's Play, extremely slow. And I mean, I can't even think of a proper excuse to make because it's just been way too long, and to be honest, I've missed doing the Let's Play as well. So there's that, and yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to go in a bit more of a regular routine now that, I don't know, some stuff is over and done with, basically, so there's that. And I'm also back in the mood for doing Let's Plays and stuff, so let's get this show on the road, shall we? Let's get this show on the road. I've even forgotten how to speak, that's how long it's been. So yeah, once again I apologise, and I just want to continue with this. Where we last left off, we were in a bit of this dungeon in, I don't even remember the exact details, but it's like we were infiltrating a castle to get to rescue a princess of the kingdom that I was in at that point. And now we're getting closer to, I guess, rescuing a princess or something, but we're gonna end up fighting a boss battle very, very soon, in my opinion, which is why there's a save point, and there is some dragon thing as well. See? I knew it. Oh, well, that wasn't very exciting. Hold on. Music. The music has changed. That tells me everything I need to know, right? Scene. It looks like we quite had a good time last time. Now we can get right in the middle of the action, and I can remember everything that happened in this game in the past. Yeah, the guy that we're traveling with, because I'm actually the main hero, is the woman whose name I cannot remember. Oh my god! But the guy I'm traveling with is called Sandow, or Sandow. But I'm going to call him Sandow because of the wrestler Damien Sandow. He's a pretty funny guy. Ooh, Sandow's hurt. Damn it, Vlad. Yeah, the princess is called Lifa. Eurydos? I think that's the name of the kingdom, I think. I hope. Yeah, the king is called Uranus, not the kingdom. Or the kingdom might be called as well. Oh my god, don't remember. Shut up, stranger. That's a good insult. Say to whoever. Stranger. Yeah, she's called Celeste after well, maybe not after but I'm sure Final Fantasy VI was an inspiration. Because not every day you come up with the name Celeste. Plot twist. Could it be? Wait, what? This is sick. Dude, I'll tell you what, in the UK, when you say that something's sick, it means it's cool, or it's like good, it's awesome. So would Sandow say like, this is sick? You're just like London slang, you know what I mean? Like, sick lad. This is not sick, right? This is quite the opposite of sick. This is mad. He doesn't seem that bad, the clothes guy. I mean, sure, he did this just to drag Celeste back into his life or whatever, but that doesn't make him a bad person. Does it? Wait, King Lear? I don't remember anymore. Well, I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, this is getting a bit more long-winded. Long-winded? How do you pronounce that? I don't know. You know what I mean. I mean, because the thing is, if I lose, I don't want to have to go through this whole dialogue again and again and again. Or at least I'd rather not. Anyway, there's Vlad. He's looking a bit small there, Vlad. And now here's me trying to remember what I can do. So, Celeste. Normal attack, defend, use items. Yeah, you know, got a nice helping of healing items here. Good. And we have magic. We have 3 magic attacks, 1 magic healing thing. Right? Fire elemental, ice elemental, lightning elemental. Which one should I use? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Sandow. If I remember right, he can't really do much other than attack, even at this stage, which is a bit of a letdown, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Flare, 12 HP. Clearly not the best thing to use. Red Sky. Sounds like a fire elemental attack, therefore we will use Ice Baby. And do some healing, because I don't like losing HP. Freeze, did a bit more damage, not a huge amount more. Reckless. Shock. And heal. Nope. I thought I was onto something there, but I guess I wasn't. Freeze did slightly more damage than Flare and Shock, so I might as well just roll with it. Yeah, it does. I can't help but think, is Freeze supposed to be more effective? Like, it's supposed to be like super effective against Vlad? Because if it is, it's not really doing as much damage as I thought it might if it was super effective. I thought it'd be doing more along the lines of, you know, twice as much damage or something like that. Or at least normal magical attack should be doing a bit more, but like 13 HP damage in my opinion. Because going from 13 to 19 doesn't really seem like that much of a jump to me. Sandow's actually doing a bit of damage with his physical attack here. And if I'm right, Celeste's physical attack is pretty high as well. Let's give it a go. Come on, Celeste. Yeah, okay. So I seem to be doing more mad damage with my physical attacks. Or at least an equivalent amount of... Well, then there's that. Okay, you win. Smooth. Wonder if you saw that coming, Vlad. He's like, nah mate, not having it. Oh, what am I doing? I should be using freeze. Well, I have to say, this isn't as easy as I thought it might be, because I remember the last few battles were a bit too easy and I was complaining about that a bit. This isn't that easy, because you do have to keep, well, at least let's go with the royal we, shall we? We have to keep track of our HP constantly in this battle, so that's good. Oops. Unlucky. Hey, now we won the end. It wasn't the hardest battle in the world, but I don't think it was the easiest either. So, I think the difficulty in this game is starting to pick up, hopefully. Maybe it's just because that was the boss, I don't know. Let's find out as we go along the game. Does this guy love everyone or what? Free love, huh? Vlad! Why, Vlad, why? What was this part of the deal again? Wait, he's still alive? It's the princess. Is it pronounced Lifa or Lifa? Don't want to ruin the mood or anything, just thinking out loud. He's not my boyfriend, Baka. Baka. This thing. Ouch. Yeah, you tell him. Lifa or Lifa, Alexandra, Kadina. What was that all about? It's cool. Aw, don't be like that, Sundown. Woohoo! New member. Hopefully she'll be able to do stuff. Ah, yeah, and I remember the Final Fantasy music. And I also remember the fact that I couldn't get out this dungeon. Or, whatever you want to call it. Can I save somewhere? That'd be pretty neat. I want to go back and see if there's a save point. Yes, okay. I'm just doing this in case, I have to quit and go offline just to find a way out. Because that actually could happen. I could just immediately embarrass myself. So, let's think of something to say in the meantime. Oh, I know. This weekend, I got a PS4. So, for the first time in like about 8 or 9 years, I am finally up to date in terms of like the big consoles, like the PlayStations or the Xboxes or whatever. I am finally at the position that everyone else is in with regards to gaming. And it was quite an emotional moment when I got the PS4, to be honest, because I'm just thinking, I have waited so long for this moment that I would be able to go out and buy a PS4 with my own money and play games to my heart's content. Well, outside of working hours anyway. So, yeah, that was a pretty big deal for me. So, yeah, and I basically just got the PS4 so I could play the Final Fantasy 15 demo. Naturally. Which is actually pretty decent. There are a couple of things not so great about it. Like the camera angles are just a bit too wonky for my liking, as I kind of expected it would be, considering how the battle system is, or how it's displayed in like previous trailer videos and the like. But it is kind of an issue, the camera angles, and I know a few people have complaints about the amount of movement that you have as the main playable character Noctis, but personally, I don't know, I didn't mind it as much, because I'm used to games like Zone of the Enders that just direct you to particular targets as and when the game itself sees fit, so it wasn't that much of an issue for me. So, I mean, overall, I guess I enjoyed the demo. Prettiest game I've ever seen in my life, but that should be no surprise. Square Enix is pulling out all the stops with its production values. I mean, you can just tell big money went into the making of, or is currently going into the making of Final Fantasy 15. So I have fairly high hopes, I think. It was just a demo that came out, and there's going to be a few bugs to iron out, things like that. Oh good, I found a way out. It wasn't very clear though, so I just want to make a note of that to devs, FIM, and whoever the mapper was, main mapper, I think it was Corphasis. This little bit here is actually really hard for me to see, and I'm fairly sure I wouldn't be the only person with this problem. But it's cool that we found a way out. So, because I continue to talk about Final Fantasy 15. I have my thoughts about that. But there isn't a huge amount else I could say. It was a fairly long demo, about 2 hours long, I think. And there was quite a bit of content, a bit more than I was expecting as well. So, yeah, I enjoyed it overall. And I'm looking forward to whenever it might come out within the next like 5 years or so. I don't know if there's a release date at this point. I really doubt there is. How do I get out of here? Oh yeah. I have to do quite a bit of backtracking to get back to where I was. But luckily, the good thing about this game that I can remember is that enemy encounters are avoidable. No random encounters to be found here. Oh no. Thank God for that. Which is just as well, because at this point I think I would be overpowered, like totally OP. Speaking of which, what can Lifa do? Just out of interest. Lifa is also a black mage. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it would be cool to have some sort of boosting abilities and the like. Personally, that's how I feel. Because it's still fairly early in the game, you don't really need characters to have similar abilities at this point. It's only when you get into the late game of something, for example, say, Final Fantasy... Why can't I go back? I'm pretty sure I'm missing something here. Anyway, yeah, say Final Fantasy VI, at the very end, what do? You just teach everyone Ultima, and you go crazy with that, don't you? I mean, that's what I certainly did anyway in my 2 or 3 plays of the game. Because I was a bit cheap. But I guess my point is, games at that stage is when it's okay to have duplicating effects and duplicating skills. Like even Final Fantasy X, at least not the international version, because in the international version you got this alternative sphere grid, which is also in the HD remaster. But basically, the sphere grid at the very beginning is set up in such a way that all the characters learn more or less unique skills until fairly late on in the game. And which is good because I think it's important to have clearly defined roles. Otherwise you get some characters that just feel useless because it gets to the point when 1 or 2 have better stats than the rest, and then you're just like, oh, I don't need this character anymore. Why are they even hanging around anymore, you know what I mean? So it's important to keep a balance, at least in the beginning of the game to like the middle section of the game, and maybe later on in the late game allow the player to kind of branch out and go crazy with his characters. Otherwise you risk the game being like too easy, maybe. But I guess it's a case of where do you draw the line. Maybe you shouldn't make a game that is so easily beatable by just having the same skill being given to every single party member, right? I mean, I'll bring up an example of a game that had good customization without risking every character having to be the exact same thing, and that'd be the Digital Devil Saga series, which probably has one of the best customization systems in a jRPG that I've ever seen. And it takes a lot of the flaws in other earlier S&T games like Nocturne, which was right before it, if I remember right. It used the same engine anyway, so I'm pretty sure Nocturne was before Digital Devil Saga. And it just allows for a lot of customization in terms of skills. You can like equip skills, de-equip skills, learn them over time, learn particular ones over time, kind of progressing in a sphere grid system more akin to like Final Fantasy X. But it's really worth checking out. I'd at least recommend playing Digital Devil Saga 1, at least for the customization aspects of the battle system, I think. Anyway, back to this game. I do apologize, I should be talking a bit more about this game. So now we're back, and we have returned the princess who was not in another castle. Some weird guy. What happened to Vlad? Good point. Yeah, I don't even know. Good point. The cloaked man was Vlad all along. That's what I think. It was all a mirage. You're welcome. Give me my money. The app is Natch Ever Savior. Oh yeah, we're on the hunt for relics for some reason. Yeah, I remember the relic. I wonder if the end thing is inspired by Enki. I think Enki was some sort of old god type thing related to, I have no idea how you pronounce it, so correct me if I'm wrong. Babel? Babel? You know, like the Tower of Babel? Because I remember reading a book. It's a sci-fi book. It's called Snow Crash. It's one of the big cyberpunk novels by Neil Stephenson. And that goes a lot into like the history of the Tower of Babel and the reasons that it was formed, and then how it was kind of destroyed, and then as a result languages became a bit more spread out and things like that. And it's a really interesting read, and it went into quite a bit about this Enki, I think it was, and something about Enki creating N. I'd really have to reread the book and get back to you about this, but I'd be interested if I had anything to do with that sort of thing. You know, ancient, you know, mythology. Wait, where did Granddad came from? I'm just starting to pay attention. Holy crap, wow. They keep going on these tangents. Later. No. Oh, that triumphant castle music from Sega to Tetsu 3. Love it. I know I say I don't really want to hear well-known RPG tracks and games, but there are some that I really like, and this is one of the few that I just really like. It is just so castle-y, you know what I mean? I don't know, man, I don't know what happened to Vlad. He put up a good fight, but in the end, maybe he just had to go to the kitchen, get a few plates, because he got served. Oh, come on. Screw your misogyny, man. Check your privilege, yo. Go read Tumblr. Okay, sorry, that was a bit much. I apologize to any feminists I may have offended. But I don't think anyone would be offended by that stupid joke, come on. Well, it's a good thing that you're doing your job. Thanks, but I'm gonna kick you the hell out if you screw up. Wow. Don't mention it, but I mean, I should totally get a reward or something. Did I get a reward? Did I have that much money to begin with? Before my battle with Vlad? I don't remember. Is there anything here? I don't know why I keep checking. I'm kinda hungry IRL, so that's probably showing in my gameplay. I hope no one minds I'm going around and talking to all the NPCs, because it's something I do enjoy, and you do get a lot of world building aspects from the NPC dialogue, or at least if you do NPC dialogue right, that's what you get. And I think I mentioned this in one of the previous videos, that this game actually does it right. It has all these little details just scattered about the NPC dialogue that really kind of refine the whole experience, you know. She wasn't that bad. That was about a Sandow. Sandow was like, oh god, Sandow. Wonder what this guy's gonna say. Oh yeah, I remember this. Refrain from disturbing me, guy. Alright. In a way. I think that pretty much makes her her guardian. He even said that. Right? Oh my god! Check your privilege! What a white male. Okay, I think that is enough for one night. I will hopefully be able to do this tomorrow because I don't have any Japanese lessons or anything going on. I usually have Japanese lessons every Tuesday, but we're breaking for the Easter holidays, so I should have a bit more time then. Again, thanks for watching, and apologies to the devs for being so slow with this Let's Play. I will try to keep things going as smoothly as I can in the next couple of weeks. Until then, this is Yellow Magic signing off. I really hope that everyone enjoyed watching, and if not, well, you can stop watching if you like. I'm not going to judge you. See you later.